I'm set. Don't know if anybody will watch, but we'll see. Oh, yeah, I'm that cat. And this is my story. I'm actually a grown-ass man. I just like possessing cats. It's just so much fun. Alright, let's get out of here. Crap, I gotta wait for the priest. I'm a girl in a fantasy world.
This place is so cold tonight.
Alright, we're going to the town now. We need to find the girl. I just want to say, for a place that's supposed to be holy, there were there were like 3 demons in there. So, where we last left off, we died, we became a ghost, now we're trying to solve our murder. Well, we're trying to figure out who the killer is. And one of our leads led to the church, where we found a girl who's a medium, but her mother's missing. So now she's going to the police station to get a book that's supposed to be there or something. But we also learned a few things about this town. First off, we cannot enter buildings just like that unless there are open windows or the door is open. Second, we can manipulate certain objects, to make pass for ourselves. We could also bring back memories. We can walk through cars, telephone poles, people. We can even possess them. Now, from what I know is that there are a few gas cans I'm still missing, which I need to figure out how to teleport. Probably some up-and-coming power that I'm gonna get eventually. But since I did most of the things last episode, I'm gonna go ahead and go to the police station. Oh, and we did solve a few, we did help a few ghosts cross over to the light. I thought I found a shadow person. I'm still convinced it is a shadow person. Alright, I think my dad's here. I want to go say hi to him. She's just me mother. She's just me mother. Alright, we need to go to the police station. And it's this way. Oh. Thank you.
Strange coming back here now, like this. A place I used as a crutch to get through the tough times when I found myself suddenly alone again. Funny how history repeats itself.
Tonight? Tonight was the first time he used a gun. This guy relies on close proximity. So remember, if you approach him, it gives him power.
Sir, if we can't approach him, how do we arrest him?
Remember your training. He's a wanted cop killer now. You can shoot him on sight.
Bell Killer War Room.
What we got here? Killer symbols. Wait a minute. The symbol of the Bell Killer leaves at his murder scenes. What does the bell have to do with his murder? What does the bell have to do with his murders? Bell symbol research. Is this connected to the Bell Killer symbol? It's kind of like the Zodiac Killer. Victims. He doesn't sexually assault them. And they're mostly women. Update to reflect recent developments.
Gotta remind myself. This killer's flesh and blood like all of us. Cops gotta stick together. Gotta have faith in the department.
No, sir. I'd be very interested to know that myself.
I already ate.
No. No suspects at this point, sir.
This boils down to sloppy leadership, Lieutenant. Whoever made the call for Ronan to go in alone, it's on you. We lose one of our own tonight, and you have no suspects and no leads?
Look, Captain, he wore gloves and apparently didn't touch anything in the apartment other than the knob on the front door. He didn't leave prints, fibers, or anything else traceable. And if you think I don't want this guy to pay more than you, you are sadly mistaken.
Watch your tone, Rex. Everyone knows he was your brother-in-law, so you don't need to remind us. But you lose your cool again, and more of your own will join Ronan. You understand me? You find this guy, or a clue that leads to his doorstep. Now! That's an order.
Yeah, Understood.
Wish I could say that's the weirdest thing I saw tonight.
Cause of death. Ligature strangulation, trauma to the neck, and larynx via garroting, severe abrasions to the wrist and ankles, most likely the result of being bound by hemp rope, consist with all other Bell Killer murders, ruling homicide.
Killer scares the crap out of me. Could a whole SWAT team take this guy? Gotta be able to bring him down, somehow.
Hey, Baxter. You still relying on that wizard lady?
You know I ain't into all that spiritual crap. But she's onto something. Results are results. You find a more reliable source, you let me know.
So far, this game has been pretty interesting. There's literally a lot you can find and do when it comes to storytelling. And this place stood a noble fortress against the forces of the British Crown, erected in 1775. What else we got here? Ooh.
I can't tell you anything, son. I'm not in homicide. I've only been for 6 months. I just...
Do cops get killed? A lot?
No, I wouldn't say it happens a lot. I've been on the force nearly 20 years, and I'm still alive.
Shakes you up, but it does happen.
Jennifer Gelbach, female, white-skinned, slim build, last seen by friends in Ashland Hill Cemetery after a party with fellow cheerleaders, missing 2 days.
Not that we want it to happen more often. Sunday, of course.
Now, from what I can gather, this guy is after women, but he doesn't sexually assault them. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Witness said she saw a man in a dark hoodie matching the public description. Dark pants and shoes. Did not get a look at his face. Didn't get a good look at his face.
Sleepy town like this, nothing to worry about. Glad I'm not in homicide. Sometimes a desk job looks good.
Ooh. Deus Ex. More Deus Ex. Amazing how nobody even noticed. We're back. Alright, I'm back.
sickness she carried in her brain? You made it tolerable. Well, I guess you must be together now.
Rex is grateful to Ronan for helping Julia through her mental illness. I used to visit Rex down at the station, but it's been years. So when I went with Ronan today, it was like seeing the place in a whole new light. I was struck by a room they've got dedicated to the Bell Killer case. Everything they know or even guess might be related. It's in that room. The strange energy of the people coming in and out of that room. You'd think there was some religious observance going on in there. I've never seen anything like it. Big day. I never thought this would happen. Between Ronan actually going through with this, and Rex pulling off the paperwork and managing Ronan's past, so much could go wrong. So much could go wrong. But it happened, and my man has a badge now. Looks good on him. He loves it. I think his swagger just got even bigger. God, I love a guy in uniform. Whose office is this? Is this Ronan's office? I always knew there had been trouble, but I didn't know his official arrest record that was that extensive. Much worse than I thought. Felony after felony, going back to childhood. It's like his life is already ruined. How can I join my life with his? It was quite a trick Rex pulled, advancing Ronan to detective without making him spend much time as a beat cop. He convinced the captain and the commissioner that Ronan's street smarts would make him most effective as a plainclothes cop. Ronan was very relieved. Or more. This is Baxter's office.
The form of each murder changes. The inner zeal is the same. This is why the killings seem random, unrelated. But the police can't see these connections. Except Officer Baxter. I can't say I trust him, but he's my only chance.
We're exploring the possibility of a connection between deaths listed on the map. Do not make public comment on the connections until officially authorized. Whoops. Rex. So that's Rex's office. This is mine. Karen Marie Douglas, female, 37 years of age, accountant, unmarried, no criminal record, no violent relationship, socially known for Wednesday nights Ouija board parties. Virtually no evidence at the scene of foul play except bell symbol, no prints, no DNA, no immediate suspects. Suspect is male, likely without immediate family, able to move around the city freely, only spotted a handful of times near the crimes. Kind of like this, just running through stuff. Makes investigating a lot easier. You're trying to pick up stuff. Okay.
We gotta find that info about the missing tenants.
Cassandra Foster, 42, resident of Regal Apartments. The good guys found whereabouts of father unknown, dropped out of Salem school system 2 years ago, ran away from home, has a number of misdemeanor convictions, juvenile, trespassing, burglary, breaking and entering, Amber Alert for Joy Foster, canceled in custody. Cassandra Foster. Okay.
I think I've learned all I can here. I better go find that witness.
Find the witness in the holding cells.
Cops, gotta stick together.
S. Sonnenberg, personal info. Come on, go back. G. Sonnenberg. Greta Sonnenberg, female, 17 years old. Death occurred 1 week before high school graduation.
How did Ronan make detectives so fast?
You're just playing Deus Ex.
Robinson's got the girl in the room right now.
Think she knows anything?
I will find out. Robinson seems like a gentleman, but he's got his methods of persuasion.
Yeah, I wonder if that girl knows something. Man, interrogation is harder than it looks.
Really?
Gotta find some clue about who this freak is.
So most of his killings were women except for Ronan. That's what we could get so far.
Each one of these keys is a felony. Each one. You get that, right? No? All right, it's your funeral. Sit tight, relax. You're gonna be here for a while.
Fuck!
All right, look. Look, I might be able to help you. Is your mom's book from the Bell Killer case here?
Yes, and it would probably help me find my mom, but as I told you before, you're dead. How can you possibly help me?
Hey, I know this place better than you. Now, who did your mom work with here? Who?
I don't know. She just called him bastard.
Baxter. All right. His office was on the second floor. You stick with me, I'll get you there. Let's go.
Go where? They're watching.
Not for long.
Clary Anna Nelson, female, 20 years old, student. So 17, 20, and 37. There's still no evidence. There's still no suspects in the case. Accident has not been ruled out, but the only evidence was a foul play was a bell symbol drawn with a felt pen. No prints on the pen. Everyone is a victim of the system. Benny, we are not responsible. Or is this supposed to say responsible? MPA, Jubes MPA. Ooh. Poop stinks. Never pick up a dead something's gonna It was here in December 1776 that 13 soldiers of the Continental Army gave their lives combating a surprise attack by British troops.
What were you in for?
It's too complicated to get into. Let's just say that I wasn't about to let some judge decide how to spend the rest of my life. That's my choice, so I made it. Either way, it doesn't matter now, does it?
If it didn't, you wouldn't still be here. Maybe I can help?
Nah, I appreciate it, but it looks like you got your own shit to deal with. I'll figure it out on my own. Always have. Thanks, though.
privileges, you're entitled to food, clothing, shelter, and medical attention. Anything else that you get is a privilege.
Only I could tell my younger self what I would become.
I've got to get out of here. There's a ghost right over there in that cell. Don't you have some other place you can keep me?
Shut up, man. It's bad enough we're in jail without all your crazy talk.
What? You too? There's another one. Tell me you can't see this guy. He's right there.
Someone get this guy to the loony bin already.
Can they really not see this? The ghost is right there.
Killer, he lives. He is here. Time to burn.
Wrong cell. Yours should have padded walls. Why do I get stuck with the crazy guy?
I'm just looking around.
Come on, kid. Why are you watching this?
Please, make them stop. That was me. That was my body. Didn't know that I'd have to watch them slice me open. All my organs, they were just sitting out on the table. There was so much blood. I want to take it back.
We all wish we could take things back. But there's nothing we can do about it now. You can't think like that. You just have to move forward.
Why did I do this to myself? What now? I just want to get out of here.
Me too, kid. Me too.
This is all a bad dream. It has to be.
Nope, it's reality.
Isn't a spiderweb tattoo usually a symbol for time spent in prison? Why would this tattoo have 2 spiders in the web? He got his own tattoo wrong.
It's just a tattoo. That's all I know. Focus on your work.
This raven, it's like chained to... Are those prison bars?
We don't pay you to analyze tattoos.
Yes, sir. Wow. His entire arm looks like a confession well, a confession of a lot of stuff.
We respect the deceased in here, son. Don't forget that.
But tattoos might tell us something. Why is the old guy so harsh?
Respect would be nice. Med school doesn't teach you everything.
Well, I mean, he isn't wrong. Tattoos do usually tell a story. One more. Finally. Alright, where's the other bathroom? Hmm? Need that other gun.
Isn't a spiderweb tattoo usually a symbol of time spent in prison? Why would this tattoo have two spiders in the web? He got his own tattoo wrong.
It's just a tattoo. That's all I know. Focus on your work.
This raven, it's are those prison bars?
We don't pay you to analyze tattoos.
Sir.
There's gotta be... It's gotta be somewhere here. Oh, oh, this is the women's restroom. I'm gonna find it, even if it's the last thing I do. Aha!
I can still remember my first day on the force. Salem PD was in this tiny building on the edge of town. It was old, crowded, and completely insufficient to handle the day-to-day operations. Protecting Salem was getting harder and harder. But finally, the city decided to convert the old armory into our new headquarters. And when we finally moved in, I couldn't believe how big and modern the place was. Not bad for one of the first buildings in Salem. Plus, it just felt right. It used to be the city's first line of defense in a wild frontier, and now it had resumed its post once again, only this time in a modern world. The first week was a little chaotic as we settled in. One officer reported that someone had removed his gun from his locker. It took him 20 minutes to track it down, and when he did, he found it leaning against the wall in one of the unoccupied offices. Also, the late-night station operator reported a strange phone malfunction. Occasionally, when someone would call in to report a shooting, the recording would just stop. The call would cut out, and the voice of the panicked caller would just loop over and over again until the phone was unplugged. Soon it was pretty clear that these strange occurrences weren't just honest mistakes or faulty phone lines. One evening, the medical examiner came running down the hall in tears. She noticed that her scalpels and other tools had gone missing. She went to get more from the cabinet, but stopped cold at what she saw in the reflection. A ghostly silhouette of a Civil War soldier was standing over one of the corpses. She spun around. It was gone. She barely noticed how cold the room had gotten before running off. Of course, the guys didn't believe her. Hell, I didn't either. Till I saw it with my own eyes. I was working late and got up to get more coffee. As I rounded the corner, I saw it in the reflection of the trophy case. It was staring right at me. He lifted an old, ghostly rifle and pulled the trigger. The trophy case fractured into a spider web of cracked glass, and I took off running. The captain didn't believe me and docked my next paycheck to replace the glass. I didn't care if people thought I was crazy. I know what I saw. People sometimes ask me if anyone else has seen it since, or if the specter still roams the halls. I always tell them the same thing. I wouldn't know. I transferred to Boston.
Nice little ghost story.
Follow my lead. I'll get you past these cops and to the door on the other side.
Piece of cake.
Yeah. Last time you got caught, Magellan. Stay low, or they'll see you.
No more dead cops, please.
Time to move, girl.
Everything here is so old and busted.
Come on.
What's going on?
But stay low.
That's not supposed to happen.
Keep going.
Okay, I gotta meet her upstairs.
the heck?
Wait, am I supposed to go talk to her?
Nice job, kid. We're almost there.
Don't need a cheerleader.
Hey, I got us this far, didn't I?
You got yourself killed, Mr. Bullet Holes.
Hey, kid.
These things.
I can't get across there. You're gonna have to help me.
Well, can't you just fly over it?
Fly? I'm a ghost, not a plane, all right? And look, you need me to tell you which office is his.
Duh. Don't read any of my thoughts, or think anything creepy. This doesn't make us... Okay, man, get out.
I got this.
Don't stop.
That was close. Where is everybody?
Detectives usually work the day shift.
Okay, but which office is Baxter's?
It's in the back hallway to the right.
Okay.
Are you trying to get caught? You're about as stealthy as a tornado.
Ugh, the desk was like that when we got here.
Yeah, I know.
How many places can you hide a book in one tiny little room?
Who knows?
Looks like someone was hiding your real rap sheet. Now I have proof.
He never used that blackmail file against me.
Sure, take your time. No rush, I'm sure the book will bind itself.
All right, just calm down a second here. Cops don't hide things in plain sight. Just need to figure this out.
You have one new message.
can you check that voicemail message?
Okay.
Baxter, I told you you're off the case. Now we need all the files in that psychic's book in my office now.
Rex was still asking for the book, so it is probably still in here somewhere. Good.
Come on, we have to find that journal. Don't bother me, just keep looking.
Must be a latch inside that opens inward. I better tell the girl. I think I found it.
Show me.
There's a button on the side of the gun rack.
Yes, this is it.
Oh, please tell me you understand what all these symbols are.
Yeah, some of them. That's weird. The last thing she wrote is he knows about me.
Oh God, that means he was after her.
You don't know that. Come on, we should move.
Oh, crap.
Wait, what is that? The museum. That's strange.
Why would this be in her book?
I don't know. Just take it and figure it out later.
She's here somewhere. I'll check here. Head toward the back office.
We gotta go. Stay out of sight. Go, go!
How did she even get out of the room?
Go for it.
Damn machine.
Hold up, hold up. I need to make sure the coast is clear. Rex.
Who's that?
Cop you need to avoid. All right, you're gonna need to make a break for that room over there, but wait for my signal.
Hey, LT, hold up.
You know what this fire drill's all about?
Go, go, go. Come on.
A cruise with me.
Is she related to Houdini? Those doors locked from the outside.
Yeah, I'll check in for the catch. Hey,
Okay, I just wanted to say that, Ronan, he was top-notch. He wore his badge with honor.
I hate it when people lie to me.
I'm not lying. I just, it's no reason to trample on his grave.
He wore the badge because he thought it was intimidating, right? He thought it would make up for all the crap he did when he was younger. Make it right or better, or maybe prove to the guys around here that he wasn't the guy they thought he was. You know what? I heard the rumors, Sarge. I know a lot of the guys thought he lived his life on the wrong side of the prison.
Not everyone.
It's okay. Look, I understand. But at least he was honest, huh? He would look you in the eyes and he would tell you exactly what he thought, right? He's here to tell you that sort of bravery is a rare thing these days. You have much to be proud of.
Rob, what is this place?
Bell Killer War Room. Everything we know about the case so far.
Well, I got what I need, so see
Hey,
ya.
you keep trying to do this alone, you're gonna get yourself killed.
How about I just leave it as... Oh, you won.
Crap.
Little shit.
Hey, you can't get away that easy.
If you care about the case so much, find your own damn clue.
You won't find your mother without me.
What?
Leave now, find my book at the station, and don't look back.
All right, listen. Your mom wrote that book to help find the killer. It's not gonna say what happened to her. The truths we're both searching for can only be answered by finding the killer. I need a pair of hands in the living world, and you need a detective.
The last case. Ashland Hill Cemetery. They can't see it, but it's there.
What?
I don't know. I guess my mom thought there was a case that was linked to the Bell Killer. Cops didn't.
Okay, we go there next. Ashland Hills.
We? No, we.
Come on, we need each other.
You need me a lot more than I need you.
Either way, partners.
Fine. For now.
Now is all I worry about. Ronan. My name is Ronan O'Connor.
I'm Joy.
Seriously?
And Ronin is better? Won't your parents think you'd be a medieval gladiator? So we're really going to a cemetery, huh?
Yep.
I have to do something, so I'll just meet you there.
No, I'm not letting you ditch
You
me again.
follow me, the deal is off. If it was meant to be, I'll see you there. If not, I won't.
You better show up to that cemetery, kid. You're the only living person I have left.
let's go to the cemetery.
I used to see this as Julia's final resting place. Now it's just where her body is buried. Guess I'll be buried here soon. This is home to neither of us. Just a place for others to come and remember what they used to know. Who? Great. Another freaky ghost chick is shadowing me. Sorry it's been so long, Julia.
I had to ask about the Grim Reaper tattoo. I know it says cheated death right on it, but I didn't know how or why. Then he showed me the scar, getting stabbed between the ribs that could have easily been fatal. It's a miracle he's alive, and it didn't stop him from stealing again. He never learned why. Do I like that?
You okay?
I don't know. I was so drunk. And we both were. One minute her hands were all over me, the next, I'm in the water. By the time I got back up here, she was gone.
She pushed you?
No, nothing like that. Like I said, I had one too many and lost my balance. I just didn't expect to find her missing when I got back. Something must have scared her off.
Yeah, like your floating corpse.
What?
Forget it.
should go.
It makes you miss the warmth of the police station, doesn't it? Your secret errand was to get a flashlight?
Keep it down. I can't see you and we're not talking to each other. Got it? This place is crawling with people. Don't want to know.
Hey, we're still people.
The book says that there's a murder that happened right here. All I see are dead leaves and mud. This can't be a dead end. Not already. What am I gonna do?
Just leave it to me.
Excuse me, but, did you see the police investigation here a few weeks back?
Not close up. I think there was something behind me, but I'm not sure.
Ghostman saw a body.
What do you know about the girl who washed up here?
This thing floated down the river by her body. Think it ended up in the bushes over there.
Hidden in the bushes.
It's too dark in these bushes. Joy, I need your help getting something out of those bushes.
Okay. I don't know if it's important, but this is all I can find.
Wait a minute. There's something familiar about this.
Pairs of the victims.
I need to get upriver, find out how she died. Better tell Joy.
So that's what's inside a crypt. Might as well talk to her.
Body washed up on shore, so she was murdered upriver. But where? Miles of banks both sides. Might as well be looking for a needle in a haystack of needles.
Oh, genius. It'll be a needle stack. Crawling with ghosts. Wish we could just ask her, Sophia.
Holy crap, maybe we can. That's that ghost that was watching me. Freaky girl wouldn't leave me alone. It's her. She's the one in the photo. Damn it, stop doing that to me, will you?
Wait, don't leave me here with...
Did you see that? Yeah, she was talking to that kid.
A small favor.
Give her a
That's all I
chance.
ask.
She can help all of us.
Did you hear that?
Of course I heard that. Demons.
Shit.
So what happened with Sophia?
No, I haven't caught her yet.
And why were you talking to me?
See, a shadow person. Graveyards are a fascinating place for me, especially the old parts. I suppose it's like the museum. Ronan, like a champ, came with me and listened patiently while I blattered on about colonial governors who were buried here, about the massive graves from the plague victims of 1660, the yellow fever that struck down so many canal workers a century ago. So much life and death has happened in this town, and what a peaceful place to get perspective on all of it. I suppose I should have expected it. A man with that many tattoos isn't afraid of pain and isn't afraid of doing something today he'll regret tomorrow. But if I'm going to be attached to him, I need to have some assurance that he cares if he lives or dies. I hear stories of the chances he talks, and I hope he's just trying to impress me. 'Cause if not, one of these days, he's going to barge into a situation and come out in a box.
Come on, man. It can't be that hard.
Then you get over here and try it.
This is not going to end well. Whose idea was this? This is not going to end well.
I haven't had this much fun in ever. At least it'll make a good story later.
Hey, kid. Who's the hero?
My great-grandfather. I found a bunch of his things from the war in the attic. I even had a drink from his flask. No one in the family ever talks about him, though. I think it's because of his gory stories of the war. It must have been great to stick someone with a bayonet or paint a wall with someone's brains.
Trust me, kid. Stuff like that stays with you forever. You only find yourself wishing to forget.
So what? He was a hero. I'd do anything to be remembered like that. Instead, people think I'm a coward who committed suicide.
I'm sorry, kid.
I didn't do it. I don't know how it happened, but I'm no coward. And if I were still alive, I'd slit the throat of every person who ever called me one.
Okay, touchy subject. I get it.
Bell Killer graffiti is unlikely. The work of the killer himself. Refer danger of cult status to community relations officer.
Maybe I can help.
Damn it. What's wrong with this thing?
What do you mean? It seems to be doing its job just fine.
Its job is to let people know who I was, and I was not like this. Not this filthy. I was important and rich and clean. I knew the importance of keeping up appearances, which is why this just won't do. It needs to look better than all the others. Not like the rest of these freaks.
You'd be surprised.
Does this look okay to you?
Rowan was unusually philosophical. Okay. He doesn't usually say these kinds of things, but he kept going about karma and how he needed to redeem himself from some past misdeeds. I'm assuming he's talking about the crimes in his past, and that's why he needs to become a cop. To atone, he said. It was the only way he could see fixing his life.
Here we are, in the oldest part of the graveyard, which was founded in the 1660s. Was that before or after the trials? Oh, good question. Did everyone hear that? This young lady just asked if this happened before or after the famous trials. It actually happened a few decades...
So peaceful now. But some terrible things happened to these people. I think they really like this part.
There's so much more than witches in this town. Probably scandalous stuff they can't talk about.
Oh yeah, she is one of those people who would think that.
Such a small door. Oh, I guess it is late at night. Why did so much sickness happen here?
I wonder if it's really haunted. I felt a chill. Was it a ghost?
Now, if I was a ghost, I would be playing with this.
Hey, buddy. You got a problem?
You could say that. I used to be a butcher before this bitch got a bug up her ass and started snooping around. People used to come from miles away to buy from me. I had more awards than the wall space to hang them. Then, her little boy goes missing, and I'm suddenly on death row?
Call it a hunch, but I'm guessing you killed him.
I never killed him. I never killed any of them. I left that up to my pigs.
So you're just gonna haunt her for the rest of her life? Then what?
Simple. I'm gonna ask her how her son tasted. Funny thing about pigs, you'd be surprised at how much their diet can affect their flavor.
I hear there's a special place out there reserved for monsters just like you.
It's so peaceful now. But some terrible things happen to these people.
Yellow Fever Memorial Plaque. Many brave workers from Salem who made the Panama Canal possible, changing world commerce, died in this facility from the dreaded yellow fever in 1904. Huh.
Whose hand is that?
Ah, yes. That was just a sacrifice in the name of science.
Flesh sacrifice? Sounds more like voodoo than science.
Some may call it that, but they forget the true purpose of science. To understand the world around us and all the forces that govern it. Just because the research may be unsavory at times, doesn't mean we should turn a blind eye. Besides, now I've got plenty of specimens to work with.
You experimented on these people?
Most of them are as good as dead anyway. I save the ones I can. The rest are being put to good use.
Those were people, not guinea pigs.
You're right. Now, if you don't mind, I'm quite busy.
I think I picked the right game for Halloween. This game does have some of its eerie moments. For example, that butcher down there, the doctor right here. And you learn a little bit about Salem besides its witch trials. Oh, I can't go through there.
So what was this place?
I don't know. I heard them say it was some kind of field hospital or something. Please, get me out of here. It's not what they say it is. Not with him here.
Who?
Dr. Trotter.
I don't understand. What do you mean this wasn't a hospital? What was it?
A slaughterhouse.
I wish I could help. I really do. I'm sorry.
So Dr. Trotter. Okay, so of course Dr. Trotter admitted that he used this place for experiment.
Look, I'm on your side. I just want to ask you a few questions. Oh.
Why can every friggin' ghost teleport but me? I'm gonna have to figure this shit out.
Holding L1 displays a destination. You can move your marker with R, releasing. Ooh. I'm not done. Okay, I guess I'm done here. Now I can get those last two pieces, or item. There we go. Another tattoo on his back. Another woman, but fortunately only an abstract one. Lady Justice, with the scales but without the blindfold. I asked him what it meant, and for the first time he said he didn't want to talk about it. I can only guess that he had some traumatic justice isn't blind moment. Maybe he'll open up later. I gotta say the little collectibles about from his wife is pretty interesting, because we learn a little bit more about Ronan and his relationship with his wife. And it seems to be a really good one. Gramophone. Medical journals. For remedies.
Just hold on, will you?
No one should end up like this.
I wish I could agree, but it's all my fault. I let people believe that I was something I'm not. They called me a war hero, but I was just a coward. For years, I'd retell gruesome war stories of how I crushed the enemy. But they were just lies I told in exchange for free drinks at the bar. I never saw any combat.
Well, you pissed somebody off to get here.
He was going to expose me for the fraud I was. So I tried to kill him.
But he found out before you could do it.
He and some buddies dragged me out here and left me to die. No one ever came looking for me. Too ashamed, I suppose.
Don't be so hard on yourself. I've put away men a lot worse than you.
So that's the guy's grandfather. Yeah. You could have just said like stolen valor and then it'd be like an investigation, but that was going a bit too far.
This is Travis the Ghost Trapper, and we are in Salem, Massachusetts. Now, because of the scary history of this town, it's a hotbed for ghosts. Are some of the tortured souls, the screaming phantasms from this town's past, still haunting this graveyard? Screaming phantasms?
This is nowhere near over. So many deaths, but likely many more yet to come. I can't help but believe this graveyard will only get more full.
Laugh. Oh, hell. People come to this show for over the top. Okay, sorry. Just start again. All right, roll. Travis the Trapper here, and we're in Salem. Now, as you know, since there's such a violent history to this place, there's likely to be a great deal of paranormal activity.
Who actually watches this show? It would help if you knew what you were talking about.
Gotta sound more tough on this take. Hope he's got the moonlight behind me. Gotta sound more tough on this take.
Can't talk to him.
What happened? Field trip gone wrong?
No, no, no! Why'd you let the door shut behind you?
What are you talking about?
The door only opens from the outside. Now you're locked in here too. If I miss my classes or get caught trespassing, I could lose my scholarship. They need to let me out.
You mean that this isn't even yours?
Of course not. It's starting to creep me out, to tell the truth. This was just Kappa Delta Phi's idea of fun. I'm all for the tradition of hazing, but this has gone too far.
Just try the door again, only this time really put your shoulder into it. Trust me, when you get out, your classes will be the last thing you're thinking about.
Poor guy. I heard that the hazings were pretty rough when it comes to frats and sororities, but kind of is right. That is going a bit far. Like, a lot of these deaths have been taken a bit too far and were really unnecessary. Come on, one of you have to actually be dumb enough to fall for it.
Probably should have brought our warmer jackets.
So... You think that we just...
Go, go, go! Surprise! Golly, thanks, Mr. Crow.
Nice that she's so interested in football.
Jeez, I'm practically throwing myself at him. What's a girl gotta do to get a little affection?
Now she just wants to talk.
Huh, that's a bit lazy. Wait a minute. Okay, she's that way. I don't want to go there. I'm going to go this way.
You know, no games. That's an awesome girl.
Don't worry, little boy. I'll protect you.
That works for me.
Poets aren't that complicated. Yeah, I like this one.
That's gonna be good.
Kind of think that if I was ever a ghost, I would just mess around with people. Just for the fun of it. Like they have a moment, I'm be knocking something over, messing with that light up there.
There is death, and what comes after death.
I told Rex about what Ronan told me about his criminal past. He looked concerned, but not for my safety. He just knows how tough it is to put a life together after building a rap sheet. Even if you're completely reformed, people don't give you a chance. Hearing this gave me a new sympathy for Ronan. He's working so hard to make a life for himself. I will have to think about this carefully.
Just stop. I'm on your side. I'm trying to figure out who killed you. Yeah, I'm a cop. My God, you're not trying to escape me. You want me to see something.
Come on.
I knew it. The Bell Killer. Why would he go to all this trouble to kill you this way? Hey, it's okay. You can come out of the water now. It's okay, come on. I'm on your side.
I don't know about any contract. Please, just stop.
The hell is this? Contract? What did he mean by contract?
Grab her arm!
This is the memory of your murder. You're too young. You shouldn't see this.
I swear I don't know about any contract. Please, just stop. Why are you doing this to me? Who are you? What are you doing? You're him! Oh, no! I don't want to.
That symbol.
Stop it! Please, just. No! Please! No.
He drew on you. His symbol. It must have meant something.
Contract.
Oh, that's that. I should get back to Joy.
A contract. Okay, something looked very familiar. Or similar. The way she was tied up and the way she was killed. It reminds me a bit of the Salem witch trials. One of the methods was that if was drowning, if she could breathe, if she could hold her breath for more than a certain amount of time, then she was considered a witch. A lot of people died from that because they didn't know how to swim or hold their breath for long. So I'm wondering if he's taking inspiration from that, if he's taking inspiration from the witch trials. Those cancer sticks are gonna drive Ronan to an early grave. I know it's something he enjoys, but I had to confront him today. I said, if you care about living into an old age with me, you'll give up those damn things. He said he'd given up plenty for me, and that should be enough. Not exactly the most sensitive reply. Not exactly the most sensitive reply, but Ronan is Ronan, and I think he never imagined he would grow to old age, not with the life he lives.
Ronan, I heard screams and it's good that you're okay.
Well, I'm still dead.
Tell me you found something.
Yeah, I did. Bell killer drowned the girl in the lake and let her body float downriver.
My mother was right. This is a Bell killer case. Did you find anything about my mom? Memory residue or something?
Sorry, kid. And it's a good thing you didn't see what he did to the girl. This guy is... he's sadistic. One weird thing is that he confronted the girl about a contract before he offed her.
Contract? I don't think I've seen anything about a contract. Wait. Another case, possible Bell killer survivor. Iris Campbell. Diagnosed with paranoid schizophrenia, incoherent ramblings about persecution, and a contract.
Again. And where does it say where she is?
It just says Lux Eterna. Is it a place?
Yeah. Lux Eterna is a mental hospital.
Of course it is. Okay, ready to go?
Actually, go on ahead. I need to visit someone here.
Oh. Guess I'll meet you at the hospital. Worst nightmare than this.
So, we'll be together soon. Sorry, Juliet. I got some bad news. Don't worry, bro. She already knows.
missed something. There's one more thing I need to get. Now we can teleport, finally. I actually nearly cried. I nearly cried. I'm gonna admit that I nearly cried for Rex. Because it was just so sad seeing him like that. Like he already lost his sister, now his brother-in-law. And yes, despite the fact that he hated his brother-in-law's guts, he did somewhat care about him. Found you.
I've always been a kleptomaniac. It's not that I was lazy or anything, I was just bored. Stolen goods were always more interesting to me. I could just look at whatever it was and relive the exciting memory of the theft itself. Sometimes I was worried that I'd get caught. Other times I was riding an adrenaline rush. But it wasn't until the last thing I ever stole that I truly felt afraid. I remember it like it was yesterday, despite the years I've been trying to forget it. My friends and I snuck into a graveyard to drink a few beers like we normally did on a boring weeknight. We headed for our usual spot, an old run-down mausoleum. Only this time it was locked. It seemed someone had finally taken an interest in the dead guy it belonged to and didn't appreciate us partying there. So we split up and went looking for a new place. Finally, I found another mausoleum, and one of its walls had begun to crumble away, but I squeezed through. The inside looked the same as all the others, except for one thing. Lying there on top of the central tomb was a dusty frame that contained a wreath made of elaborately braided rope. Knowing that antiques were valuable, I took it. I figured I'd wait a week before selling it in case anyone reported it stolen. So when I got home, I hid it at the top of my closet and went to sleep. That night, I had horrible nightmares of a dead-faced hag with rotting flesh. No matter how many times I woke up, she always found her way back into my dreams. Over the next few days, the nightmares got worse. I'd wake up only to find clumps of my hair missing and my scalp bleeding. I chalked it up to stress and feelings of guilt about stealing from the graveyard. So the next day I went to a pawn shop to sell the wreath and be done with it. I could feel a shiver run down my spine. when the pawnbroker informed me that the wreath wasn't made from rope at all. It was actually made from the human hair of a deceased loved one, as was customary in the late 1800s. I wanted the nightmares to stop, so I sold it to him. Unfortunately, it didn't work that way. Now, I spend my time trying to track it down, hoping to return it so I can finally get some sleep.
That was pretty good. So I only have 3 more of these things to find. Let's go ahead and go get the other things. Yes, I was listening. I may have been on the phone, but I was listening. And that was kind of creepy. Kind of glad I did choose this game. Telling ghost stories almost to Halloween. And then up here. Up here.
I've all seen them by the side of the road. These unkept, smudged, hopeless people holding cardboard signs. Sometimes they have props. Baby stroller, a pet, gasoline can. Something to lend credence to the thin fiction that they need money for something other than booze. It was a man with a need gas sign with the red gas can on the ground that I saw when I drove into Salem 6 unlucky years ago today. Tried to ignore him, not making eye contact, but I was stuck at a red light and pretending he wasn't there was getting really awkward. So I reached into my pocket and pulled out $2, rolling down my window just a crack. Here you go, buddy. I pushed the money through the opening of the window. That was when, for the first time, I really looked at his face, or what was left of his face. It was a single eyeball just looking back at me, bulging out of a charred skull. I was absolutely frozen in terror until the blackened shape of uncovered finger bones reached out to take the money. And that's when I let it fall to the ground and slammed on the accelerator. I didn't even care that the light was red. In the time since then, I've picked up pieces of the legend. A shell-shocked war veteran, unemployable and alcoholic, became a familiar sight in Salem, begging by the roadside. Citizens stopped giving him money, thinking he would just move on to a bigger city. He responded by creating one of the most traumatic spectacles in town history, setting himself alight in the middle of town during evening rush hour. Ever since that roadside encounter, I've been seeing little wisps of flame out of the corner of my eye, like brief flashes that are gone as soon as I turn my head. sending nauseated chills through my whole body. Is this tormented spirit following me now? Whether he intends it as a blessing or a curse, I just want to be as far as possible from this horrifying specter.
So, it wasn't. So my original theory was that it talked about like why the places on why the burning buildings. This is probably due to war, since it did say the town was in war with Britain. But no, but it was a roadside guy. It was a homeless guy who lit himself on fire.
Mental hospitals. One place torture is considered for your own good. If their experiments ever succeed in restoring a person's sanity, they better hope it was at the expense of the person's memory.
Ready? Relax, we're out of the graveyard.
And into Crazy Town? A big improvement. People who see things nobody else can see end up living here.
Not that crazy. Come on.
Okay, I'll help you get inside, but...
But what? Look, if we're gonna ask this girl Iris about this contract, the asking needs to be done by a living person, right?
Just remember who opens the door for you, tough guy.
Yeah. All right, kid. You're up. Now just find a way to get Iris's room number.
Hi. I need your help. I'm looking for a friend.
Visiting hours are over.
Right. But she was with the cops.
Then go talk to the cops.
See, I did, and they said that she was a danger to herself, and...
I can't help you.
All right. Just need to stall her, okay? We have to figure out what her weaknesses are. Maybe these things on her desk will help us.
Hang in there.
He's most likely a man of imposing size and stature. Someone who's accustomed to violence. Heinous acts in his past define him to the point where he no longer knows who he truly is.
Kiddo, I hate being here and wondering if you're okay. You're all I have left. Just like this girl's friend is all she has left.
Sorry. I know how hard it can be when someone depends on you. What's your friend's name?
Iris Campbell.
Yes. It looks like your friend Iris is here. Everything's gonna be okay.
Thanks. I feel better.
Tight, kid, I got this. Just need to get my eyes on her computer screen.
She's in room 216. We gotta find it quick, Joy. She's scheduled for electroshock.
All right, kid. Coast is clear.
Ah. Gonna need to thoroughly search this place. I'm not reading those. Just tabloids. Nobody reads them. This institution is dedicated to the afflicted souls it serves, and for those against the mercy who comfort them in the torment. 1883.
Camera, up ahead.
Ronan was so good to come along. I know it's been hard for him dealing with my mood swings. I think there's something seriously going on in my head, and I know he's suffering the consequences along with me. But to be supportive, to be my rock, that takes a real man. I will get through this. I will make this all worth the struggle.
Why so mad?
Used to become violently angry when she would walk in front of the TV during sporting events.
I don't see what that has to do with...
Any kind of anger, but particularly male anger, is really a trigger point for her. So I realized that dealing with patients can be a frustrating business, especially when they are on medication, and they're less responsive. But you have to be careful.
But she gets all... I don't know, crazy.
Yeah, look around you.
To be this guy's dog. Is this guy gonna get it when I explain?
I'm just doing my job. Why so mad?
Electroshock. That's what I thought.
My great work will begin soon.
These lights, God, these lights.
My great work will begin soon.
Why is her door not closed?
Mice can slip under doors, cracks. It's all just concentration, discipline. Time to practice. The bug's crawling up the wall. I
can't get anyone to spray them. And not gonna try to squash them again. All the blind people put the restraints on me. Can't believe they put them on me. Just because they can't see the bugs?
Enough of this. Preachy doctor, pills, knives. Going to my cabin. Right now. Why is it called antifreeze if it stops overheating?
I actually kind of wonder that too.
Go away. Go away.
Ah, it stops me here.
What if I just borrowed the helicopter and left a little note? Mice can slip under doors, little cracks. It's all just concentration, discipline. I have time to practice.
Dimension salt. Okay, I guess we can go get the little shit. Oh, do I have to... Oh crap, did I take too long? Alright, gonna have to commit suicide. Take me!
All right, kid. Coast is clear.
Camera, a bed.
Oh, that's why.
Iris is due for shock therapy in 15 minutes.
Oh shit.
Oh shit is right. Let's get moving.
Another camera, get on it. I'm not as invisible as you out.
The thing to understand about Mrs. Wood...
up again, kid. I need to possess you to get past this crap.
I hate that.
Or you can just go on. Totally alone in here.
Fine.
You know what these hands are?
Lost souls, I guess? Just seems like the opposite of moving on. Or at least the opposite of moving on you're trying to do.
No.
What do we do?
All right, keep going. Get to Iris's room.
No. We stick together.
Joy, we don't have a choice. Now, I'll meet you there as soon as I figure out a way around this. Go!
Sealed. Shit. Sample flesh. Oh, here we go. Okay. Yeah? Alright. I'm gonna go ahead and end this here. I hope you enjoyed. And I'll see you on the next one.